This is the first video in a series of pre-WWDC interviews. In the next weeks, I will be interviewing people from the iOS community that you are probably familiar with to ask them about their expectation for this year's WWDC. But before I interview them, I thought that a good way to get started would be that I actually start providing some answers. So the first question is, if I had one wish, what would I wish for at WWDC 2021? And for me, it would definitely be the official announcement of Async Await in Swift. I'm very excited about this feature. I've put out a few videos about it using the betas of Swift, and I'm really excited to see Apple announce it because it's basically going to be a game changer in the way that we write apps. Now, I'm not sure that they're going to announce it this year because it's actually quite a big feature, and when we take a look at the Swift evolution process, we see that not everything is already reviewed, so they might only announce a part of it. But anyway, I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for any announcement on this side. Now, more realistically, what do I expect to be announced this year? So first of all, I would expect iPadOS to move even more away from iOS. iPadOS, it has been announced 2 years ago, but for the moment we could say that it's a different brand, it's a different name, but the actual OS is very similar to iOS. There are only a few differences. However, we've seen very recently that now the iPad is also using the M1 chip, so I would expect the iPad to kind of move away from the iPhone and for iPadOS to become increasingly its own thing and integrating features that would be really specific to the iPad. Then I think it's also safe to say that there will be some new announcements for SwiftUI and Combine. I don't think there will be some groundbreaking announcements, but we can expect some niceties, the APIs being refined, maybe some new useful APIs being introduced, and especially for SwiftUI, some more components to be introduced. This way we will have even less to rely on UIKit when we write a SwiftUI app. And finally, maybe there could be some new announcement regarding augmented reality. I mean, there are regularly announcements on this side, but at least for me, the features, they feel more like a nice demo than something that would be actually useful. And I've seen a lot of people speaking about Apple Glasses. I don't necessarily expect them to announce Apple Glasses this year, but maybe some new additions to the AR framework that would enable some interesting new use cases. Now, is there an announcement that I would be particularly afraid of? I would say that in my case, I would be afraid of any kind of big deprecation, because the team that I work in, we maintain a few really big iOS apps, the kind of apps where you have maybe a few thousand Swift files and you also integrate third-party libraries, and basically whenever something big is deprecated, it can have a big impact on your project. For instance, I remember when UI View was deprecated a year ago, it was quite a big change in order to remove it from our apps. So any kind of big deprecation in Apple's framework is always a bit scary for me. Now, in the next interviews, the fourth question will always be a question that is really specific to each interviewee's, we could say, context and expertise. But for this first interview, well, I thought it would be very weird to ask myself a specific question. So instead, I wanted to share a bit of advice for people who might be thinking about creating content, whether it is writing a blog post or just maybe getting started to tweet more about iOS. And I wanted to tell you that the week of WWDC is very special in the sense that everyone is very excited about the announcement, and basically everyone is paying much more attention than usual. So if you've been thinking about sharing some content with the community and you haven't yet gotten started, you're still in the phase where you need to motivate yourself, well, I would really advise that you give it a try during WWDC. It doesn't have to be a big thing, you can just share a few snippets of code on Twitter. That's what I did 2 years ago, and I can tell you that a single tweet can really get a big visibility during this very special week. So thank you for watching this first, we could say, self-interview, and see you next week for another interview with this one, an actual guest from the iOS community.